Oh shit! Look who's back! It's Mr.Cygnus! It's about freaking time! I know, man, it's been freaking forever since I've done an audio commentary. But I'll tell you what, I've been freaking busy. I've been doing shit. I was doing the school stuff and the final stuff, and I was doing the Christmas stuff, and I was getting a new girlfriend kind of stuff, so I'm sure you guys can kind of understand. Mr. Cygnus has been a little busy, but that's alright. Hope you guys had a good freaking New Year, and hope you guys got all the freaking stuff from Christmas that you like. And for all you people out there who got coal in your stockings because you were kind of bad this year, don't trip, buy a steak, have a barbecue. So anyways, yeah. Alright guys, you know, to tell you the truth, I know it's been forever since I've done an audio commentary. And I've heard your cries, and I've heard your cussing because you guys haven't, because I haven't pumped out new audio for you guys to enjoy. And plus, to tell you the truth, you know, my last audio commentary, I mean, it was alright, but I'm telling you, it wasn't true Cygnus quality. You know, it just didn't really make, you know, my balls jiggle. It wasn't funny, and it was maybe pretty informative, but it was pretty dull, man. And you know, I pride myself on doing quality audio commentaries, and that kind of thing just can't stand, my friends. So, I've got good news. You know, I'm gonna really make it up to you guys today. Not only am I going to do not one but two replays today. Two replays versus an extremely high-level player on Asia, who's an orc player. For all you guys out there who've been bitching about orc owning you not elf bastards, don't worry about it. Mr. Cygnus is the orc poner. I am the owner poner with a boner, and I'm gonna tell you guys how to whoop orc no freaking problem today. And so I've got two great ass games for you. So anyways, hope you guys got it paused at the 1 minute mark. And I'll go into the match. I think I'll get started on it right now. I can't really think of anything to talk about other than how I got totally wasted for New Year's. Man, I'm telling you, I was freaking trashed. I was so trashed, I'm telling you. Yeah, it was great though. I had a great New Year's and stuff, but yeah, let's maybe if you guys are lucky, I'll talk about that shit later. And how I woke up to a pussy next to my face the next morning. Yeah, alright. Alright, man. Okay, let's get this unpaused and talk about my opponent and stuff. I have the first replay loaded up, the replay named number 1. And I think let's get it started into this bad boy. So let's unpause this mo-effa in 3, 2, 1, unfucking pause. Alright, so actually pause this shit again one more second because I got my sound up really high. No, you know what? Screw that. I'm gonna turn my speakers down. I'm not stupid. Okay, so anyways, this guy is from China, and people from China have the same, yeah, okay, so basically you guys can read. They have the same ping as I do. They get about 1 to 2 seconds lag, usually, depending on how many people are on the server. So, most of you guys will understand that having 1 or 2 seconds of lag in a game will really piss you off when you lose games because of it. So, playing on Asia really isn't the easiest thing for me to do. It's bad enough that, you know, the players there are extremely good, but playing with 1 to 2 second lag sucks the big sack. So, but people from China understand that too. One thing I don't understand is there's like a million people in China. Why don't they have the Asia server in China instead of Korea? For that, I do not know. But anyways, so we have the same ping and we're just shooting the shit. So anyways, SOZ Herald, Dark Heralds, he's a level 44 player on Asia, and both the games I'll be doing this audio commentary are versus the same guy. And basically, what I'm going to be going over is what to do on a tavern map this game, and what to do on a non-tavern map the next game. Now, this one is the older of the two games. It's not too old, but, you know, whatever. It's still a badass game. So this should answer a lot of questions for you guys having problems versus the orc mother effers and those tower rushes and the Farseer and all that crap. And let's just take the vision off real quick. Now, basically on this map, not a lot of people play on this map because all the small creeps are in the center, and it's kind of easy for creep jack. But I don't thumbs down any map, and the reason why I don't thumbs down any map is because you need to learn how to play in different situations. So basically in this map, when the creeps are so close, there's no point in going archers with a Beastmaster, because basically with a Farseer and a Grunt or two, and if they catch you creeping, you're going to lose an archer, or it's going to severely hurt your archer, and it's just going to eat up your moon walls. So it's a good idea to be on the offensive with a Beastmaster. So that's basically what I do. And you'll see in the unit combination exactly why I, choose to go on the offensive with the Beastmaster, because I'm going hunts. And the reason why I go hunts, other than being creep jack, is because most orcs, they go Raider, Grunt, Demolisher, and yeah, I'm gonna be going all unarmored units, but it doesn't matter, because there's some decent micro and some positioning, and if you think ahead of your opponent, it's gonna rape that shit, no matter if they have demolishers or not. And basically the deciding factor in that is if you can get a hawk out like midway through the battle, as opposed to summoning that shit right out in front, because obviously they're going to get Shaman if you have a Beastmaster first. So the unit combination would be Grunt, Shaman, Catapult, or even Grunt, Raider, Shaman, Catapult. Depends on the money income. But needless to say, the way they need to counter your Beastmaster is they're forced to go Shamans, which is actually a pretty good thing. So I'd rather have them worried about my Beastmaster than to have a few more Grunts and Raiders out there raping up that army. So basically, with some decent harassment, usually when you get 2 or 3 hunts out, you're going to have a better time harassing the Grunt and the Farseer than they would harassing you with archers and the Beastmaster. Blah 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 blah. That's what I sound like right now. Mr.Cygnus is talking. Anyway, so he's coming into my base. Not a lot of Night Elf players go hunts with a Beastmaster, so he's kind of in over his head on this one. But he knows what he's doing because he's a level 44 player, and I don't care what you guys say about the new EO Elf. This guy's pretty damn good. So kiss my ass. So anyways, as you can see, he's running that semi-red Grunt out of the way. As for myself, I'm keeping my Beastmaster health up decent because I don't want him to start focusing my hero too much. It's going to force me to retreat, and that's not what I want to do. I want to keep him on the retreating end. So anyways, he gets that Grunt running out of the way, and I let it go. I don't know why I ran it down with the Beastmaster so far, but whatever. So anyways, basically, he's just continuing to deal as much damage as he can in my hunts. Pretty much, this is what orc players traditionally do, is they harass more than creep these days, which is actually the smart thing to do. In the past, like a few months ago, usually orc players would try and creep fast instead of harass. But anyways, check this shit out. So Mr.Cygnus and his badass hunt block maneuver right here. Oh, look at this! Oh! Down goes the Farseer. Wasn't that freaking Gosu? That's right. I wonder where I learned that hunt block trick from. Well, anyways, so now I took out his hero, which is not really that big of a deal. I mean, it's nice to take out a level 1 hero early game, but basically, if you will notice, the whole beginning of the game right there, from tier 1 and tier 2, I spent harassing, yeah, whatever, I spent freaking harassing. So anyways, right now I'm getting a Panda Brewmaster. I'm going Drunken Haze first, and I'm not gonna cast Haze. These are wussy creeps, so there's no point in wasting the mana for a Haze. But I'm just trying to creep up as fast as possible. Now, one thing you need to watch out for is when the orc players reach tier 2, they usually get a Shadow Hunter with Hex, and if you go hunts. So if you're harassing and they're tier 2 and their Shadow Hunter pops out and they get Hex first, you're gonna lose a Huntress or two. That's traditionally what they do, and that's usually the best choice. Most players, oh shit, I lost a hunt right there? Jesus Christ, that was not good. That was pretty stupid. You guys didn't see that. Anyways, most people usually go Taunt Chieftain second when when you go Beastmaster archers and maybe a couple hunts, because Tauren Chieftain Shockwave just rapes archers like nobody's business, combined with the lightning, the chain lightning. It's just ridiculous. You can kiss all your ranged goodbye, plus a speed scroll running to the back lines, and that's probably the main reason why Night Elf players are losing these days, is because they make archers. Well, if you will notice that when I play versus Orc on a tavern map, I don't get any archers at all. Because archers are just, man, Orc is all about melee, and archers have medium armor, and they just get freaking dealt with, dude, like it's nobody's business. So I just pretty much don't use archers anymore. Now, that makes you vulnerable to siege damage, but most Orc players don't get more than 4 demolishers, and 4 demolishers is kind of overdoing it. I mean, that's actually pretty risky, because the reason why I go Panda Brewmaster second is because that Breath of Fire rapes at demolishers so hard. Now here's a little trick for you guys that most of you guys probably don't know about. Fairy Fire from the Druid of the Talon. Now, Druid of the Talon, when they auto-cast Fairy Fire, they cast it on melee units in the front, and sometimes ranged in the back, but they never auto-cast it on demolishers. If you manually cast Fairy Fire on demolishers, and then you focus them, they go down so fast, it's just ridiculous. Now, if you don't let the Orc player, if you don't let the Orc dude get position on you, and if you try and outsmart him, you'll come up on top if you can cut him off, or maybe wait for him. Can't talk for shit right now. If you wait for him on a hill or something like that, you can pretty much get the advantage. And another thing I don't traditionally do versus Orc players and versus Night Elf in mirror matches, I don't fast expand. Now, one problem that most people do when they're facing Orc, and the reason why they lose, is because right here at this point of the game, a lot of people feel as though they need to have an expansion versus Orc, and that's the wrong thing to do, because Orc players love to rush in, take out expansions, and that is such a huge loss. Most people don't realize that if they lose an expansion, how fat of a loss that is. Not only are you losing 340 gold, plus 185 wood, you're losing the wisps inside the gold mine, and you don't really get your money back, so that really sucks. So, and plus another thing, you don't need to expand versus Orc. I don't care. Listen to me. You people need to understand that you do not need to expand versus Orc. If they won't expand versus you, you don't expand versus them. If they try and expand, it's going to be a huge risk for them, because they're not going to have the army to hold off what you have right here. If they were to expand with a Beastmaster level 3 and a Panda level 2 or a Panda level 3, you're going to rape their army so hard. And that's exactly why they rape you. If you try and expand, you're going to be down the gold in the units, and it's going to be bad news for you. What you need to do is you need to expand when you hit like tier 3, or you have a big battle and you gain the advantage, because usually about this time is when they're bringing in raiders, grunts, and demolishers, and they're going to try and tower you. As you will see back at his base, there's the demolishers, and you have a grunt and a few shaman popping out. See, he's getting ready and he's preparing himself for an attack pretty soon. Now his attack is a little late. He should be attacking like right about now, and that's why I'm like chilling at my base. But that's okay. I'm stocked full of scroll of protection, scroll of healing. I even have a Arc of Reincarnation on my Brewmaster, because usually they focus the Brewmaster first, because he does massive AoE, and Drunken Haze is just ridiculous versus Orc. So basically, if you pick up a Arc of Reincarnation and you don't have a Panda Brewmaster, just sell that shit. It's not really that big of a deal, because Panda Brewmaster is usually the hero that's most focus fired. So anyways, I am trying to put up an expansion up in the corner at the top here, but he does scout it out, so I'm like, shit, you know, I might as well just cancel it now, because there's no point in trying to keep it up, because I know he's going to be attacking me. He has to be attacking me soon. So I cancel it, and I run my wisp out of the way. I don't detonate. So what you need to do is, if you're going to expand versus Orc, like right now when he should be attacking you, you better do it in a very obscure place that he's not going to be thinking of. You know, this strategy can be done on any tavern map. So if it was Lost Temple, I'd usually expand in his corner, not his natural, but you know, the natural next to that, or whatever. You know, you guys get the idea. Just expand in an obscure place. So basically, he knows I'm going to try and expand. But so what I do is I put the expansion up at the other natural for him. You can see where it's up at. So anyways, I was going to try and creep out this shot, but unfortunately, I got cut off. Now, this is a very bad position for me to be in, but you know what? I fought anyways. I was like, fuck it. So what do? I take my hunts and I run them to the back. Now, because they're going to die pretty fast, and so I accidentally moved my dryads back there also, instead of my hunts, actually. I kind of screwed that up, but that's alright. So now I summon the hawk. I summon the hawk mid-battle because that's the first thing they're looking to purge. Unfortunately, he saw it, so he didn't get enough damage in there. So anyways, I'm in a bad position. This is not the kind of battle I should have been fighting in. But I did manage to take out all his grunts and hit level 4. And basically the only thing keeping me alive right here is that badass panda and my pretty high level beastmaster. I did start pumping out archers at this point. You will notice that basically, as I said before, archers aren't really doing anything for me. But it is later in the game, and he has a shadow hunter. Oh, okay. I just remembered why I did this. See, Torn Chieftain is the counter to archers. Torn Chieftain and Chain Lightning. So if you go Shadow Hunter, and after that first battle you guys have, stop pumping out Huntress and start pumping out Archer, Talon, Dryad, because he's not going to have anything other than grunts to count, and freaking grunts and Chain Lightning to stop your archers. So all that siege damage isn't going to really hurt the archers. So it's a good idea. Somehow my panda got left behind. Oh, it's that Arc of Reincarnation. So instead of it being teleported with my army, he reincarnated in the middle of his frickin' battlefield, and he died. So anyways, basically Dark Heralds is doing the smart thing. Instead of trying to walk around to the hill where my ancients are. If you notice, I do have my ancients on the hill. It'd be harder for him to tower me. So he's cutting a path with demolishers. So basically, I realize this is happening, but I do have an expansion up, and he's got an expansion going himself. So this is looking pretty shitty for me. And the reason why it's looking so shitty is because I was in such a bad position when he attacked me, and I got pretty overconfident. So basically, he should be dead right now, but instead he's got me in a pickle. Now, basically, I just went over we should be going early game versus Orc. I went to Hunts, and basically I went Hunts, Archer, Drew the Talon, Dryad. Now I'm going to show you what to do mid-game. Mid-game versus Shadow Hunter, you go Drew the Talon with a Dryad and Archers. And what am I pumping out now? I'm pumping out a Drew the Claw. Now here, my friends, is the most underused skill besides going Tier 3 bears. We're talking about Roar. Now, Roar is going to increase the size of my army by 25%, plus add more hero damage to my heroes. Basically, this one skill right here is what prevents me from losing the game at this point. Because as you can see, I don't have much juice inside my Moonwells. Basically, my Roared Archers are ripping apart grunts like nobody's business. You got that Beastmaster walking around, soaking up some damage. I do focus fire his Shadow Hunter for a little bit, but I'm not going to get too risky and start moving my army too far out there. Now, Demolishers aren't really doing too much damage to my archers, and the Drew of the Talon are the only thing I need to worry about, but that's no problem. They serve their purpose, and they're going to die anyways. Basically, he TPs out, which is a smart thing to do, because he pretty much had that battle lost. And the reason why he pretty much lost there is because I used Roar from my from that bear, which died. No, which is still alive. Once you roar, I usually run the bear out of the way because he's not going to do too much damage by himself. 22 melee damage done at average speed, and he's pretty damn weak when he's not tier 3. Doesn't serve a purpose. I don't upgrade him to adept at all. I just want the Root of the Claw for the roar ability. And I'm telling you one thing, hell is worth 255 gold plus 4 food to make your army 25% stronger. Hell freaking yeah. So basically, right now at this point of the game, I really screwed up. Now the thing is I should have teched the tier 3 faster, and I should have made another AO wind, but I forgot that it died. I thought I walked it out of the way, and you guys will notice a little bit later that when I start going to chimeras, that they're pretty damn late. But it's not really a big deal. But you will notice right now I'm upgrading reinforced hides. And basically what I'm going to do at this point in the game is I'm going to upgrade reinforced hides all the way to level 3, and I'm going to collect attack. Now the reason I'm going to do that is because with my expansion up, being I have an expansion, I'm going to try and pump out Chimeras, Hippogriff, and Druid of the Talon in Hawk form. Now the counter to that would be Bat Riders. Now, the reason why I'm going to do this, even though Bat Riders own up the air pretty hard, is because Tier 3 Chimeras and Hippogriff can soak up three self-destructs from those Bat Riders and still be able to heal up. So, if you have some pretty decent micro, your Chimeras, Druid of the Talon in Hawk form, and Hippogriff are going to pretty much win the game for you. And the reason why I also do that is because he spent so much money pumping grunts, shaman, and demolishers. He's not going to have enough money to effectively counter my air. He's going to have to make a bestiary, and then he's going to try and pump out. Bat Riders to try and counter my hardcore air. Now, basically, I'm just going to make hardcore air. If these archers were to die and these dryads were to die, I'm not going to replace them. I'm basically just going to keep pumping out the air. So I'm also trying to get an orb of venom, another underused item. Basically, orb of venom late game is pretty damn good. A lot of people underestimate it, but when I go solo demon hunter, I use orb of venom all the time now. It's pretty much a standard for me. Oh shit. It's gonna be a long audio, guys. It's gonna be good though. Anyways, here's my stupid ass walking out once again. If I do notice, oh hey, what's up, dude? You're chilling outside my base. So stupid ass me, I'm gonna have to run back and I lose an archer. I'm about to lose 2 archers. No biggie. So anyways, not too smart, not too good. Oh well, shit happens, you know. So anyways, I'm not looking too good right now, and the reason I'm not looking too good is because I should have freaking Chimeras right now, but I was so dumb this game. I was really pissed. I thought I was going to lose this game because I did this shit. I forgot to make an Ancient of Wind, and now I'm way behind. So, he didn't even scout this bottom area, which is pretty slick. So that's the strength of putting up an expansion in odd areas. So he's already scouted all the other areas. He thinks I have no expansion. So basically, what's he going to do? He's going to try for round 2 of pushing my base. And there's nothing I can really do. I don't have enough to stop that army, so I'm going to have to delay like it's nobody's business and try and get up Chimeras, you know. So anyways, with some decent micro, I'm going to have to try and pull this out. So I cast Aurora, cast Scroll Protection, Breath of Fire, Drunken Haze, Hawk, Quill, and I'm focusing down on his demolishers with the Hawk and trying to dispel the wolves and trying to hold off this attack. It's not really looking that good, but then again, because he's on the downward slope, he wasn't able to finish me off. So I got pretty lucky there. I had to micro my ass off, to tell you the truth, because it was looking pretty bad. Serpent wards are pretty damn ruthless at level 3, and at level 2 they're pretty damn good as well. So anyways, I'm trying to just get as many kills in as I can. I'm trying to focus down on any demolishers or any shaman that are left behind. So basically he has an expansion up and going right now, but he only has 1 peon working on it. I'm out of Dispel for my Dryads, so now it's looking pretty bad because Shadow Wolves at level 3 are pretty ridiculous. So I should be running right now, which I'm doing, but instead I'm turning around once again. I guess I really wanted that experience or something. But okay, so now that doesn't look good. So we hexed my Beastmaster and he almost dies, but I used my... with 13 health, I lucked my freaking ass off and ran back to my base. That's something you guys should never do, is get too hasty and start chasing your opponent down like a stupid ass and almost lose your hero, because that would lose the game for you. Well, anyways, finally I have my Chimera Roost going up. He doesn't suspect a damn thing, so that's why you can get away with that crap. One thing you should not do is, if, you know, let's say my opponent went more Raiders instead of Shaman. Say he went Raiders, you should be careful when you go mass air. Instead, you should probably pull off Archer, Hunt, Druid the Talon, Dryads, and see if he can win the game like that. Because he's already going to have a bestiary up, and you know, you don't want to risk losing the game by mass bat detonation. But when he's going such a hardcore ground army, like say he was going Raider, Grunt, Demolisher, and he's got upgrades, then you're safe to go, because he spent too much money with the ground army to try and turn it into an air-to-air battle. And because you have 3 upgrades on health and Wellspring upgrade, if he was to detonate your Chimeras, you can just run them back to your base, heal them back up, use a Staff of Teleportation if you need to, and win the game like that. But generally this is what you should be doing on a tavern map versus Orc. I don't really do the Beastmaster anymore. I'm working with the Dark Ranger right now, because I already know the strategy works, and basically I don't care if I lose games. By the way, this expansion I put up right here is not because I wanted to expand, it's because I wanted to fool him. I wanted him to think I'm still trying to expand. And by fooling, sometimes you can do this. A lot of people don't realize this, but it's a mind game. This is what you need to do versus GoSu players, is you need to fool them. You can't do this traditional shit. Sometimes it's nice that even though you know your opponent's going to see your expansion, try and pretend like you're going to expand anyways, and then just cancel it. You know, it's worth the canceling of the expansion money or whatever to fool your opponent to think you're trying to expand, even though you already have an expansion in the corner. And say it was to get up, well, hey, it's pretty cool. Anyways, I did get a Mountain Giant, and the reason why I got a Mountain Giant is maybe I want to redirect some of this damage. I know he's not going so heavy on the grunts anymore, and he is going 12 Headhunters right now. And basically, he did find my expansion all the way in the corner, so now I'm actually a little worried about him attacking my expansion. So now I'm going Hippogriff and Chimeras, and basically what I'm doing is I'm chilling inside my base, and I'm waiting for him to go attack that expansion. I actually want him to attack, because when he attacks, I'm going to TP in with Chimeras, and he's not going to see it coming, and I'm going to own up his grunts hella fast. So, man, I wish I had something to freaking drink right now, because my throat's killing me. That's what happens when you don't do an audio for a while. You get out of the... Alright, anyway, so this dude's going to attack me. I'm all about it. Bring it on, biatch. I don't need that lore anyway, so if it dies, big freaking deal. So now he sees I have Chimera, so now he's like, oh, but fuck, I'm out of here. So, I'm gonna use Drunken Haze sometime soon, which would be nice, and I'm gonna smash up those, oh, he plays something really smart. He turns around, lays down Serpent Ward, and focuses my Chimera. So that was pretty slick. But it's all good, because, I still have a bunch of stuff, and I have an awesome position right here. So, right now I hit level 6 with my Beastmaster. I use Taunt in a stupid-ass area. He does take out my Chimera, but it's alright, because I just took out hell of his grunts. So, I'm taking out more than he's taking out. So, I'm taking his shit out pretty hard. And I don't mean on a freaking date. So, now he's focusing on my Beastmaster. That's alright, I still have a pot right there. So that was not smart on his situation, on his positioning right there. But that's alright, because I made a stupid mistake earlier, so that evens out. So he has an expansion up, he has a tower going, I still have an expansion up. Now I have a huge advantage, because now I have my Chimeras, which are 2-2 upgraded. Holy shit, I guess I went for the 2-2 instead of a 3-0. Oh well, so I upgraded attack and defense. Normally I wouldn't do that, but now they're 3-2, so they're about to be 3-2. So now I have freaking battle cruisers, and those things are unstoppable. So it would be pretty slick. I don't have that bear anymore, but if I was to cast Roar on those Chimeras, that would be pretty damn slick. And you can go siege up somebody's base and TP out pretty fast with that crap. So anyways, he's trying to be a smartass. He's making a tower and expansion at my expansion. Basically, he's got headhunters. Those aren't going to do shit for his Chimeras. He'd have a better chance with Berserkers, but still, Berserkers don't do shit for his Chimeras unless, especially 2-3 Chimeras. Those freaking 12 headhunters are going to get ass raped by lightning bolts. So anyways, I do have an expansion going up. I do have that the Nature's Blessing upgrade, so I'm going to walk my tree of eternity. One thing I traditionally do now is I get the Nature's Blessing upgrade pretty fast. Usually at tier 2 because it's pretty damn important. A lot of people don't realize that, but you know, when you have ghouls with frenzy coming in your base and attacking your tree, 2 armor trees isn't going to really do too much. Anyways, I have Hippogriff Riders just because I was trying to be a smart ass. I usually don't go Hippogriff Riders for sport because they're too weak, and Bat Riders just own them up pretty hard. Well, anyways, this is the final battle. Dark Herald's putting up this last fight. He knows it's pretty much over. He doesn't do anything here. I use Stampede and Drunken Haze, and I hit level 6 Panda, and I use I don't use Ultimate. Who cares? You know, it's GG right there. So that was pretty much game 1. Let's get game 2 loaded up. That was basically, let's do a quick overview of that game. Basically, one thing you guys want to remember at tier 2, to switch over if you see a Shadow Hunter or any other hero other than Torn Chieftain, you want to switch over to an Archer Talon Dryad based army with 1 bear, and use the Roar ability, and Roar carries over to the heroes. Excuse me. Just gonna stretch and yawn for a second. Oh yeah, baby. And switch over to the Archer Talon Dryad Roar and all that crap, and you should be able to hold off any other attacks and bring it to their base and get the economic advantage. Alright, motherfuckers. Load up game 2. Now, this is a pretty recent game. Basically, I played a couple games since then and beat the living shit out of Dark Heralds a couple more times, so basically I draw him in ladder. And let's go ahead and get the replay pause at the 15-second mark and unpause pretty soon. I'll give you guys a chance to get that loaded up. Well, anyways, I'll just tell you guys what's up. So anyways, this is the map that all freaking Night Elf players hate when it comes to playing versus Orc, and sometimes human, and it's pretty much a bitch, man, because there's so many options that Orc can do on this map. Usually, traditionally, most Orc players go Grunt, Raider, and Grunt, Raider, Wind Riders. And the reason why they go Wind Riders is to creep out those ogres hella fast, while the Fireseer fast creeps his natural right there, and then comes over and creep jacks the shit out of you while you try and creep your natural out here, and then he rapes your archers, and then he turns around with the Farseer and shoves that orb up your ass, and then he comes to your base and he goes, haha, I got Wind Riders, Grunts, and Raiders, and I'm just gonna start beating down your buildings while your warden dies and cries like a little bitch, and then you get really pissed off and you start throwing things in your room, you start breaking things, and you punch a hole in your monitor, and you go outside and, you know, you go to your neighbor's lawn, you piss on his fucking car, and all that shit. So you don't want to do that. So basically, I'm going to tell you guys how to stop the bullshit on this map. And traditionally, the strategy I'm going to do on this matchup, on this map, will work, even if they know exactly what you're going to do. And it's going to be pretty helpful. So anyways, get the replay pause at the 15-second mark. Listen, pause in 3, 2, 1, unfreaking pause. Okay. So, as you know, Plunder, it's the hell map. Oh, another freaking strat that's really bullshit is most Orc players, they like to put a tower near those ogres, near the entrance. And, basically this guy's crying right now, because, like, every time he sees my name, dude, I beat the shit out of him. And it's not only for this guy, but a lot of Orc players out there, they're like, fuck, that Mr.Cygnus guy, shit. American bastard. So he's giving me the googly eye look. Good gang, good luck, D. Herald. I'm trying to be a nice guy. So, this guy's like, shit. It's hella funny, man, because every time I draw him, he's like, fuck. He probably craps his pants, and I'll just come in and go, what's up, biatch? So now I'm just being kind of modest right here, and trying to make him feel better. I'm sure most of you guys who play a decent amount of ladder, you know you always match against that one person who's like your Achilles heel. I'm pretty much like this guy's Achilles heel. I beat him with pretty much every strategy you can freaking think of, with elf, keeper, you name it, I did it. So anyways, this time, like, mega good luck right now. This guy's like having a shit fit, man. So, I think I feel sorry for this guy because he was level 44 and I D-leveled his ass. What a slap in the face, man. So anyway, this is like the third game he asked me to leave. I gave him a free win once, I think. I think I gave this guy a free win because I felt bad for him. And it's not like I actually care about my record, because I spend most of my time fucking off on ladder anyways, and, you know, I kind of like the fact that people think that my record sucks. Because they don't know how good I can play. It's kind of like a surprise, biatch. I'm rich, biatch! Alright, anyway, so basically you will notice that what I did do is I popped up a tree of life before I made any freaking buildings in my base. And the reason why oh, by the way, he goes Blade Master this matchup on this map. This is typical to go Blade Master in this map. Because, I don't know, but just people like to go Blade Master. It's a real bitch. Farseers may be a little better, it just depends how you play, but Windwalk Harass against Wisps, against the unsuspecting Night Elf player, really sucks. But you will notice that Mr.Cygnus over here, he blocked every single Wisp he has behind a Hunter's Hall and his Altar of Elders, so basically his Blade Master can't do a goddamn thing. So basically that's a disadvantage for him right off the bat. If you did go Farseer, typically what the Farseer does is they either try and fast creep the gold mine, or even they try and fast creep my gold mine, those sons of bitches. And if they don't do that, they try and harass by bringing a Farseer and a Grunt, and they try and catch you creeping with the Warden and Archers. Big freaking deal. Just drag a Wisp along with you, and just detonate his wolves, and most of the Ghost Orc players, they'll see that you're going to do that, and they'll separate their wolves, and they'll try and dance them back and forth, and you just play grab ass with the Wisp, and, oh, he got a Wisp, bastard. And you just basically play chicken, so you act like you're going to detonate, run the Wisp back, he's going to focus it, just run it back in your base. Anyways, if they do notice that you are putting up a tree of life, what usually they try and do is they take a Farseer and they try and focus the tree while it's building with one Grunt and a couple wolves. What you do is just detonate the wolves and just focus the Farseer. Ignore the freaking Grunt and focus the Farseer. If you can Shadow Strike the Farseer, he'll be forced to retreat, and that means he's going to have to try and come back later. And the first thing he's going to do is he's going to run back, buy a Sol, buy a Clarity Potion, use both, get your Grunts, come back and try and take out the tree. At that point, you should have Huntress and Huntresses and a Warden. Usually I build a second AOW and pump out faster Huntresses, but I don't do that this game, and the reason why I don't do that is because he's going Blade Master, and he's not going to have Farseer Wolves, so I don't give a rat's ass. But anyways, he doesn't know I have an expansion, and the reason why he doesn't know that is because typically nobody expands down here. I don't know why they don't, but they don't. They think, I guess, it's better to expand in that natural, or maybe most people watch replays of Gosu Night Elf players expanding in that gold mine. Well, whatever, dude, that's your fault if you want to try and copy someone else's strategy. Basically, I win my games by outsmarting my opponent, not by my micro or whatever, and you guys can do the same thing. So basically, now I got an expansion up. Basically, I'm going to go Finn and I Shadow Strike, and that's basically the deal right there. Yeah, basically, yeah. So, alright, with an expansion up, my tech is a little later, but on a non-tavern map, traditionally what I do is I go Warden plus Priestess of the Moon, and I go Hunt, Archer, Talon, Dryad, one Bear if necessary. Right now he's looking for me creeping there, but I'm not creeping. What I also do is I like to use Demon Hunter with an Orb of Venom plus Keeper of the Grove is another good combination, and they both work pretty well. It just depends on your playing style, what you feel like doing. Certain maps are better for certain hero matchups. Well, anyways, he's playing dumbass over here, and he's trying to take out one of my hunts, but I'm not gonna let him kill any of my hunts. I'm basically gonna try and kill one of his grunts, but we both get away without any losses, so no biggie here. He probably dealt more damage to me than I dealt to him. I don't care, it's because I have an expansion, so I'm sitting fat. Alright. So Mr. Dark Herald's Yellow Belly is trying to wait for me to creep, but at this point I have almost as many, whatever, I have hunts and stuff. Basically, right now I'm going to try and surround his Blade Master. I do that because I want to force him to use a Windwalk. I already know he can Windwalk out of that, but if I force him to use the mana, that's alright. He doesn't have a Clarity Pot, I already saw that, so I don't even know why he bothers with the Staff of Teleportation. Blade Master's pretty fast with Windwalk and Boots of Speed, and Windwalk in general will get you out of a tight situation. But most people don't use Blade Master because there's too many ways to detect a Windwalk Blade Master. Detonate on Mirror Image doesn't really, it really is a bitch. Also, Fairy Fire nullifies that Windwalk pretty easily, so usually most people, they do the Farseer. That's usually your best choice. Sometimes you can get away with Torn Chiefs in first. Depends how noob your opponent is. But usually Farseer is the way to go. Now he's getting his Raiders. He has dual Bestiary going on. That's a little... He probably doesn't need dual Bestiary, but, you know, I'm not an Orc player, so whatever. I'm putting up another Ancient of War at my expansion. The reason why I put up an Ancient of War, yeah, I can get a few more archers pumped out quicker, but the reason, main reason is I want to have a little, you know, kind of like a little buffer zone in case he decides to run in and try and take out my expansion with Demolisher, Raider, Grunt. I can, he'll most likely try and focus down the Ancient of War first, so that'll buy me a few seconds to TP in or whatever. So now I'm just getting my Druid of the Talon out. I'm also getting my Priestess of the Moon out. Now when you're going all this ranged, it's really nice to have that extra bonus damage from that Priestess of the Moon. Plus another thing, you got, oh shit, I popped up the tree a little too soon. Remember I talked about last game, I talked about the fake expansion. Remember I talked to you guys about that? I'm sure you do. If not, you smoke too much pot. I was telling you guys about that fake expansion. Basically, I threw up that expansion even though I knew he was theirs because I want to try and fool him into thinking that I'm trying to expand. And basically, that's what he's expecting me to do. So if I fool him into thinking I'm doing that, he won't think to look down below. And I do get Nature's Blessing because I want to keep my shit alive as long as possible. At this point, I thought he was creeping the ogres, and I ran up there and I was like, shit. So anyways, he ensnared my hunt, which is pretty smart, which is going to force me to come back. But that's alright. I'm going to take out one of his raiders and TP out. So at least I get something. So I take out his raider, and he's trying to walk around, take out my archers, but I TP out. I'm not stupid. I cast Fairy Fire manually that time, actually. So now I have an eye on his army. So basically, I know what he's doing. He doesn't see I have a Priestess of the Moon, which is all good. So now I'm getting Druid of the Talon, I'm getting my Dryads, I'm getting my archers at this point. And this is the consistency of the army you want to have. I'm not going to go Chimeras because I see he has Raiders, and I know his army isn't that fat, so I'm not going to try and pump out air too quickly. But I do have a Chimera risk going up anyways. 1 or 2 is good enough, but I'm not going to try and go hardcore like I did last time. You need to be pretty careful, and you need to pick your situations. I killed one Huntress because it was pretty red and my moon wells aren't too high and whatever, I just killed a Huntress. So better I kill it than he does. So anyways, he's going to attack me at this point. I'm just waiting for him. I'm all about it. Another thing, I was talking about my Priestess of the Moon. At level 2 you get Searing Arrow, and that's pretty nice for focusing down on Demolishers, because Searing Arrow does some pretty sick damage. In Night Elf vs. Night Elf, when you run Priestess of the Moon mass hunts, is traditionally what the Priestess of the Moon is used to focus Glaive Thrower, so it serves the same function when it comes to focusing Demolishers. Anyways, I'm just marking my hunts out of the way because he's trying to focus him down. Blade Master kills it. It's all good. He does cut off the other half of my army by attacking my Druid of the Talon and my archers. I didn't see that until too late. So, but they die. That's alright, you know, I'll get him back. So anyways, he takes that weak runs out of the way. I'm sure he could have saved a little more of that battle. I'm sure I could have saved a little more myself. So he gets away with 2 more grunts. I do manage to get that running raider, and basically I made out ahead in that battle. Fan of Knives is pretty ruthless, but you know, some of the higher level orc players they really own up on the warden pretty hard. It just seems like the warden doesn't do the trick. So you need to I usually use Demon Hunter, Priestess of the Moon sometimes. Usually Demon Hunter, Keeper of the Grove makes a better partner. I don't know, but it just seems to work out. I like Entangle, and Entangle, some Trance, a little buffer zone. It's pretty nice. Anyways, I noticed he doesn't have an expansion there. That's what I was looking for. I did aggro those creeps. Oh well. So, you know, basically, at this point in the game, he spent most of the time trying to harass me, and he did the right thing. He's basically trying to anticipate me creeping in certain situations, and the reason why he's doing so freaking shitty right now is because I basically screwed up his whole game plan. Because I played differently than what he expected me to do, he had to try and adapt to my new strategy. Basically, I didn't do the fast archer hunt creeping of the natural. I didn't do the traditional wussy creeps in front, and basically he paid the price for it. Now, most of you are probably thinking, well, what happens if he did that fast expansion with a tower creeping that most orc players do in this map? That's not a real big problem. Because my expansion goes up faster than his, I can pump out a bunch of shit, and I can just attack his expansion and take it out. So it's not really that big of a deal. You just need to play it by ear. Because I have an expansion up, and my expansion will go up faster than his tower expansion, it's no big deal. Well, anyways, if you will notice, I had that upgrade of 1 armor on my chimeras, and basically that 1 armor saved my chimera from dying. So armor's a really big deal when it comes to going air versus orc. So yeah, pump out some more chimeras. I'm not going to really go too heavy on the air, because that's not really the base of my damage. My damage is mainly coming from my archers, hunts, talons, and dryads. The chimeras are more of a distraction than anything else. So I do have my bear, like I was talking about earlier, for the roar. So basically, True Shot Aura plus the roar is going to make some pretty fat damage for my ranged units. So it's going to be pretty good on my end. So he finally gets around to creeping out his natural. His Blade Master isn't really that high level. I mean, you know, neither is my Warden. They're both about the same. And he's going solo. And if I was him, I probably would have made a Torrent Chieftain. But you know, it's different to say. Anyways, he's making Bat Riders. You know, he's still got the grunts and the raiders going on. And basically, yeah, you can see what I've got going on. So he's going to attack down on my expansion, and I'm just going to TP in right away. And first thing I'm going to do is click on Fan of Knives as soon as I hit, and my army's kind of clumped, so that's the best time to cast Roar. I'm just going to heal up my expansion as much as possible. But he lost his Blade Master, and he realizes at this point in the game it's pretty much over. Even if he was able to take out that tree, that's pretty much GG. So, GG. So, Dark Heralds leaves the freaking game. Mr.Cygnus deprives the guy of level 44. And that was a pretty interesting game. So, hopefully that helped you guys out when it comes to playing against Orc on that particular map. Maybe next time I do Orc, I'll pick a game where the guy tries to do that tower creeping of the ogre's expansion, which is actually easier to stop than you guys may think. So just use my strategy, and generally you should come out on top when it comes to that map. A lot of not-off players, they like to thumbs down that map, but I don't thumbs down any map, as I said earlier, because what happens if you're playing in a league match or something like that, and your work opponent decides to pick Plunder Isle, and you're going to be bent over, taking it in the ass because you don't know what to do on Plunder Isle, except for what you saw in the Mr.Cygnus audio commentary. watch the commentary all you want. You need to practice. You need to practice to get good, my friends. So that's basically the secret there. Well, anyways, I'm going to head off like I promised into the next batch of the audio. I'm going to be talking about Warcraft. Now, I was talking to Zerder. Hope you guys know who that is. Grubby described him to me when I met this guy. He was like, Zerder, you don't know who that guy is? He's like the legendary Night Elf player. So anyways, he's a really skilled player from Clan Links. And, you know, I was talking to him, and actually, he brought up this point. Now, I actually kind of went out to research it myself, and it seems to be pretty damn true. You know, I have to agree. I'm going to quote Zerder when I say this, when he said that, he said, I've been around since the beginning of Warcraft, and I've never seen Warcraft 3, the heart of Warcraft 3 pumping so furiously. And I was like, dang, dude. And he's like, yeah, no joke. I have to agree with this when he says, you know, it seems like a lot of leagues are being redone these days. They're being redone to have cash prizes and LAN finals and stuff like that. A lot of people, I've listened over the past few months, are like, oh my god, World of Warcraft came out, Warcraft 3 is dead, blah blah blah. It's such BS, man. If you ask me, there's more shit going on for Warcraft 3 right now than there was a year ago, with all these all these new leagues coming out, and all these new, you know, all these big cash prizes and you know, sponsorships. It seems to be getting pretty huge these days. And I've been talking to a lot of people, and they have to agree. Warcraft 3 is really starting to grow, and you know, it's getting pretty fun actually. I'm really enjoying it, and the competition. And another thing I thought was pretty interesting that Zerder said is that he said that that most the Asian gamers and the European gamers are starting to become pretty threatened by the American gamers these days as they're growing in skill, and it seems that the growing potential of American gamers is starting to be noticed. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But it is nice to see that a lot of people are noticing that Warcraft 3 is growing. Well, with that said and done, you know, I pretty much avoided the clan thing. I mean, other than being in clan WCR, which is just kind of like a ha-ha joke event, I've pretty much been a solo player. I don't join any clans. Reason being is because, you know, back when the NOC days and, you know, all the other clans and on East and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, you're from clan NAOC. I mean, that's cool, but what's the catch, you know? So you're in a clan, and what do? You get recognized for being in the clan. Does that make you good? I guess, you know, whatever. I mean, if you like being in a clan, that's fun. But I'm noticing that being in a clan these days it has a lot to do with playing in leagues and playing all these big events and stuff. So I was starting to get pretty interested in that. So I might actually start looking into joining a clan and playing in some of the leagues pretty soon. You know, I was invited to join Echo, GGL, a couple other clans, and I don't know. I'm just kind of clan shopping right now. I'm looking around and seeing where I can park my skills and put them to the test. So we'll see what's up with that. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna take a look around, see what's going on. But I don't want to join any clan just because it's the cool thing to do. It's like, oh, you're in GGL, you know, you must be good, or whatever. It's not really the reason why I want to do it. I want to join the clan, and I'm going to play for them, and that's pretty much all I'm going to do. Show up when I need to show up, play, whoop somebody's ass, and then leave. That's basically what Mr.Cygnus does. Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Biatch! Thanks for listening, guys. Really appreciate it. I'll try and get another one done soon. Alright, take care, everyone. Peace out.